I wanted to take a minute to go over this last question from the worksheet. This question can be a little bit of a challenge, but I want to show you how we can use dimensional analysis to make our lives a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and set this problem up. I went ahead and I rewrote the challenge question on the whiteboard. And it's asking me what is the total number of grams of O2 needed to react completely with 0.50 moles of C2H2. So I need a few things here. First, I'm going to need my molar ratios. So I'm going to go ahead and write those down. I have 2 moles of C2H2. I have 5 moles of O2. I have 4 moles of CO2. And I have 2 moles of water. Okay, but I'm going to need something else because this question is asking me how many grams of O2. How many grams of O2? That tells me that I'm going to need a molar mass. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the molar mass. And I'm going to use that as part of my conversion factor list. I have a molar mass, and I'm looking for the molar mass of O2. Each oxygen weighs 16. So the molar mass of O2 is 16 times 2, and that tells me that I have 32 grams per mole for oxygen. Okay, so now I can go back to my problem. I want to know what is the total number of grams of O2. So how many grams of O2 are in 0.5 mole of C2H2. Now this is the startup. This is how we set this up. And I'm going to use what I know about these relationships between moles, the molar ratio, and molar mass. And I'm going to let my units guide me to where I need to be. I'm not going to put the values in until the very end. I'm just using units to guide me to what I need to answer. So I'm looking for grams of O2, and I have moles of C2H2. Moles of C2H2 need to cancel, so I'm going to put them on the bottom. I'm going to use moles of C2H2 to give me moles of O2. Moles of C2H2 will cancel. Now I have moles of O2, but that's not what I want. I need grams of O2. So I'm not done. I'm going to set up another conversion factor. On the bottom, I will have moles of O2, which will cancel. And I'm going to use the molar mass to give me grams of O2, which is exactly what I need. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to fill in my values. So if I look at my balanced equation, I know that there are 2 moles of C2H2. And I know that there are 5 moles of O2. Now I also know from my molar mass that I have 32 grams for every 1 mole. Now look at that. I have a whole setup. I can go ahead and calculate in one step what it takes to get grams from moles. Everything on the top gets multiplied, and everything on the bottom gets divided. So in my calculator, I'm going to enter 0.5 times 5 times 32, and I'm going to hit the equal sign or the enter button on my calculator. This way I can make sure that my order of operations is done correctly in my calculator. I have 80 from multiplying everything on the top. So now I'm going to hit divide, and I'm going to divide that through by 2. And I'm going to get an answer of 40, my color, 40, and the unit is grams of oxygen. And that is our answer and how we go about solving for these kinds of problems. I'm going to make another video where we can practice going across multiple units just like this.